Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to take a whole stack of information and really boil it down to the essential nuggets of knowledge for you.
That's the goal.
Today, we're plunging into the fascinating world of purpose-built timepieces, specifically a modern take on a real military classic.
Hmm.
Our sources, we've got a detailed review and the tech specs for the new 2025 Benrus Type 1 MilSpec watch.
Right.
And our mission here is to unpack what makes this watch, a true combat tool reborn. We want to understand its design philosophy, which is pretty uncompromising,
Definitely.
and discover some surprising details that connect it right back to its rugged heritage.
It's a really rich area, actually,
Yeah.
exploring how every single design choice
Yeah,
directly serves a very specific, sometimes life or death function.
exactly.
So this deep dive, it isn't just about listing features, it's about the fundamental why behind them.
Yeah.
It offers, I think, a rare glimpse into what makes a true tool watch tick.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Benrus, they're an independent New York brand, right, with a genuinely rich history.
Oh, absolutely. Deeply tied to military procurement over the years.
And now they're back on the scene. They've got an experienced management team, and they seem focused squarely on modern reissues of their iconic classics.
Which is smart. People love those designs.
And the Type 1, I mean, for a lot of people, that's kind of the crown jewel, isn't it?
You could certainly argue that.
Yeah.
What's really compelling here is the story of its return. The Type 1 actually saw a limited reintroduction back in 2020.
Oh, I remember that. Caused quite a stir.
It created a huge buzz, really reignited interest among collectors, enthusiasts, everyone, really.
Right.
So now for 2025, this 39.5 millimeter Type 1 MilSpec is stepping forward. And crucially, it's not another limited run.
Ah,
It's a permanent collection piece.
yeah.
And that signals, I think, a very strong long-term commitment to its legacy.
That makes sense. So, okay, we've set the stage with Benrus's comeback. Let's dive into the watch itself. How every meticulous design choice in this 2025 Type 1 really contributes to its identity as a true combat tool reborn.
Function dictating form, essentially.
Exactly. It's a testament to that. So, first off, the case. It's 39.5 millimeters, made from 316L stainless steel.
Standard high-quality stuff.
And, crucially, it has a sandblasted finish. Now, this finish, it's not just for looks, is it?
Not at all. It's a direct link to its military predecessors. The whole point, really, the insight here, is that every decision, even the surface texture, was about minimizing reflection, maintaining stealth.
Oh, okay.
Which is why it's almost a perfect match for the original vintage models. They use that corrosion-resistant parkerized steel.
Parkerized, right?
Right.
What exactly is that again?
It's a specific phosphate coating process. It provided a really durable, non-reflective, matte surface, absolutely crucial for military stealth back then.
Gotcha. So non-reflective is key.
Which leads us to ask, from a user's perspective, how do these specific design elements like that sandblasted finish or the famous asymmetrical case, how do they elevate a watch from just being an accessory to being a truly practical, mission-critical tool?
Yeah, that's the core question. And speaking of the case, it maintains that classic asymmetrical barrel shape.
Very distinctive look.
It is, but again, it's not just a design quirk. It notably shields the screw-down crown over at 3 o'clock.
So it's less likely to snag on things.
Exactly. Makes it far less likely to catch on wetsuits or gear, during operations.
Yeah.
And while the original 70s watch was pretty chunky, 43 millimeter by 16 millimeter,
Yeah, big watch for the time.
this new Type 1 is actually more compact. It's 14.4 millimeter thick, still substantial, but slimmer.
More wearable, probably.
Definitely. And it's topped with a double-domed sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating, the AR coating.
So sapphire's tough, scratch-resistant. What does the double dome do?
Well, a double-domed crystal basically means both the top and bottom surfaces are curved. It helps reduce optical distortion when you look straight at it.
Ah, okay. Keeps it clear.
But you still get those cool, subtle vintage distortions at really extreme angles.
Nice touch.
Yeah, but despite the dome, it stays incredibly clear and legible head-on. And naturally, for a combat tool, water resistance is paramount. This one boasts a robust 365 meters.
365 meters. That's serious water resistant.
Very serious. So it's really about minimizing intrusion, maximizing utility, like you said. The more compact size, the protective features, they really speak to its purpose.
Exactly. No frills, just function.
And as we delve deeper, I mean, it's striking how even the smallest details just scream, MilSpec, take the bezel.
Okay.
For a watch built for demanding situations, how crucial is its, tactile feedback, the ease of use in the field?
Absolutely critical. You need to operate it without thinking.
Right. So the steel sandblasted bezel is classic Type 1, and crucially, it's bidirectional.
Meaning it turns both ways.
Yep, clockwise and counterclockwise. Often useful for quick countdowns or, tracking elapsed time without having to reset the whole thing.
Handy. Quick adjustments.
And for grip, it features deep coin-edge knurling.
Ah, those ridges on the side.
Exactly, those distinct ribbed edges that make it easy to manipulate, even if you're wearing gloves.
That tactile feedback is just everything in a high-pressure situation, isn't it? You need to be able to operate it quickly, confidently, maybe without even looking down.
Totally. Now, turning to the back, unlike the bigger, contemporary 41.5 millimeter Type 1 versions.
Right, they make a larger one, too.
Yeah, this 39.5 millimeter sticks really faithfully to the original spirit. It's got a solid screw-down engraved case back.
No display back here. Tool watch through and through.
Exactly. And it's packed with multiple lines of information. You've got production month and year, serial number, and crucially, MIL W50717.
Ah, the military spec code.
That's the one. The specific military specification the original watches had to meet. It's a real hallmark of their authentic combat readiness.
So they kept that detail.
It's all there, very much in the spirit of the original, with the addition of Swiss-made positioned right under the U.S. marking. Now, the source we looked at does mention something interesting. It says the 2020 limited reissue had its case back designed to look even more like the 1970s model, and its absence in this new permanent version might be, quote, missed. Is that, a significant loss when a brand is aiming for true-to-the-spirit reissues? What do you think?
Well, that's an interesting point. I mean, sure, some hardcore collectors might miss that specific aesthetic detail from the limited run.
Right.
But the information on the caseback, that MILW50717 designation, the serial number, it's still there. It emphasizes function over maybe pure vintage replication.
Okay, so function over exact form again.
Yeah, it highlights a subtle balance. Benrus seems to be striking here, honoring the past without being totally beholden to every single aesthetic nuance. Especially, for a permanent collection piece designed for modern utility.
That makes sense. Okay, so on the wrist, the new Benrus Type 1 MilSpec 39.5 millimeter, it fits more discreetly, which is exactly how a mission-ready watch should fit, right?
Absolutely. Low profile is good.
The case sits flat enough that it can slip under cuffs, but it still carries enough wrist presence, enough heft, to feel reassuringly rugged.
Nice balance.
And that leads us to probably the most crucial element for any mission-critical tool. It's immediate legibility.
Yeah, what's the point of a tough watch if you can't read it in a split second?
Exactly. In situations where every second counts, ambiguity is just, well, it's not an option.
No room for error.
So what does this all mean for true at-a-glance legibility in demanding conditions? Well, like the original, and like the 2020 version, the dial stays faithful to the Type 1's clandestine roots.
Meaning?
Spartan, matte black. No logo, no date window.
Script right down?
Completely. And the Spartan approach, it isn't just about aesthetics. It feels like a profound statement about prioritizing absolute clarity and function above everything else.
Makes sense.
The large applied geometric hour markers, you've got rectangles at 3, 6, and 9, dots elsewhere, and that distinctive downward pointing triangle at 12.
Instantly recognizable layout.
They're now filled with modern BWG9 Superluminova.
Ah, the Lume. So Superluminova. That's the modern glow-in-the-dark stuff, right?
Exactly. For anyone unfamiliar, it's a non-radioactive luminous pigment. It's significantly brighter and lasts far longer than the original tritium paint they used in vintage military watches.
Big upgrade there. Tritium fades over time, too.
Huge upgrade. And the broad, simple sword hands are also entirely filled with lume.
Good. Maximum visibility.
Even in full daylight, there's just a crispness to the printing, the negative space. It reminds you, this watch was never about flash, only uncompromised function. Oh, and Swiss Made does appear on the dial, too, down at its usual spot.
Right. So if we connect this back to the bigger picture, it just underscores that critical importance of immediate, unambiguous time telling.
Totally.
The choice of that specific lume, the BWG9, and that incredibly Spartan dial, it really emphasizes the functional priority above all else.
Okay, let's peek under the hood quickly and then talk about how it connects to you, the wearer.
Movement.
Inside its stealth case, the 2025 Benrus Type 1 MilSpec relies on an ETA 2892.
Ah, the 2892. Solid choice.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar, this isn't just any movement. It's a widely respected workhorse Swiss automatic caliber.
Yeah.
Known across the industry for its slim profile, its incredible reliability, and just consistent performance.
You tried and tested.
Exactly. It offers a 42-hour power reserve, operates at 28,800 vibrations per hour, or VPH.
Which means a nice smooth sweep of the second hand?
Very smooth sweep, yeah. Typical of high-quality mechanicals, and it offers hours, minutes, central seconds, and crucially, hacking seconds.
Hacking. So you can stop the second hand precisely.
Yep, allows you to stop the second hand for exact time synchronization, which, as you can imagine, is a vital feature for military operations.
Absolutely essential for coordinating. That choice of movement, the ETA 2892, it really speaks volumes about Benrus prioritizing proven functionality over, say, flashy in-house complications.
Good point.
It lines perfectly with the watch's whole tool-oriented philosophy.
Right. And when it comes to the strap, it comes ready for duty on a durable 20mm black rubber strap. Feels soft, but robust. Secured with just a straightforward stainless steel pin buckle.
Simple, effective.
But here's a key upgrade from the original watch. Those old fixed lug bars? They're gone.
So uses standard spring bars now.
Exactly. Which makes swapping the strap for a NATO or canvas band really quick work. Gives you incredible versatility.
That's a smart modern update.
Yeah.
Those fixed bars could be limiting. This raises an important question, though, for you, the user.
Yeah.
How much does that ability to customize or swap out components like the strap really contribute to a tool's overall utility and longevity, especially in the field? It's about adapting to the mission, isn't it?
Definitely. Adapting the tool to the specific task or environment. Good point. Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive. What's the final word on the 2025 Benrus Type 1 MilSpec?
The bottom line.
Yeah, it's priced at 1,590 Swiss francs, excluding tax. The watch, I think we can agree, remains remarkably true to the spirit of the original.
It does.
It balances those essential modern upgrades like the loom, the sapphire, the movement, the spring bars with its rugged, combat-ready heritage.
Finds that sweet spot.
And while, MilSpec reissues are hardly rare in today's market,
No, there are quite a few out there.
the Benrus Type 1 really does feel like it stands apart, thanks to its genuine historical roots and a design that just feels deeply connected to the legacy of the people who actually wore it in the field.
That authenticity matters.
And importantly, as you said earlier, it's available now as a permanent collection piece. That signals its enduring place, I think.
Yeah, it's particularly noteworthy how the brand has carefully navigated that line between preserving the historical authenticity and thoughtfully incorporating modern advancements. They haven't just made a replica. They've created a truly compelling and functional watch for today's user, but without losing sight of its soul.
Well said. And that's our deep dive into the 2025 Benrus Type 1 MilSpec. We've explored how a watch can be so much more than just a timepiece. It can be a precisely engineered tool, designed for the most demanding environments, and carrying with it a really significant legacy of purpose.
So for you, our listener, maybe consider this provocative thought to take away. In a world that often feels full of increasing complexity, maybe even feature bloat, how valuable are products or tools that consciously trim away the unnecessary, that focus solely on essential function and enduring reliability? What stands out to you about a design philosophy that really prioritizes purpose and clarity above all else? Something to think about.